feel, if you're doing a good deed, you're putting in your work, you're doing your due diligence, you should reap a reward for it.
Reap what you sow.
You should reap what you sow.
And the good thing is your table is also your soul.
Hey, exactly.
Hey, Mr. CV. That's enough. Obviously, it's your boy, Mr. CV. I'm back again. I'm back with another one. This time, I've got a very, very special guest with me. Obviously, he's a person I've known for quite a while now. It's amazing to know that he's doing something fantastic, something brilliant, and he's got his own business. We're gonna be speaking about the business for all this while. But before that, obviously, it's important that you get to know it. Tell us where you study at.
I studied business marketing with management as well in Oxford Brookes for 3 years.
What inspired you to study business or marketing?
To be honest, when it was time to go to uni, I knew that I had to go to uni first of all. It wasn't even an option to not go to uni. That's how oblivious I was to the whole thing. Like, there was no other option. So I knew I was going, but when the time came for me to start applying, I didn't have any centralized interest of mine. I knew I wanted to have my own business someday. So I'm not going to waste 3 years doing something that's completely irrelevant. Every business can use marketing. Who doesn't like more clients? Who doesn't like more sales? So marketing, business, it was just a no-brainer for me. It was a safe bet.
People are starting to find other avenues instead of university. Yeah. But would you change that mindset of university is compulsory, or would you say, you know what, if university is not for you, then you can always look at the other avenues such as entrepreneurship?
Well, I would never say it's compulsory. Only because I know a lot of people who are successful and they didn't go to uni. But I would say it's helpful. It's helpful to developing a work ethic, to understand, the importance of structure. It's a bit of independence. Me, I went to boarding school, so I already had a bit of independence being in boarding school, away from my parents. But if you don't have that, university is a lovely opportunity to experience that kind of dynamics.
Let's go into the business. So already, if you can't see the business already, the business is already here. New Shepherd Care.
Yeah.
At these tough times that we're in, everyone needs some care.
Of course.
And if you look at the biblical meaning of shepherd as well, it's very important because shepherds are there to guide people.
Of course.
And at this point, we're here to guide and care for people. So, which is a brilliant idea. So, but tell us about the business. What is the business?
All right. So in essence, the business is just, the adults out there who can't do certain things for themselves due to certain limitations. Those limitations can be age, it could be disabilities, it could be medical conditions, they could be bedbound. So these people still have need. They still need to enjoy high quality of life. So where we come in, we help them and provide our assistance in things they may need in the comfort of their home. Let's say your grandma's at home now, but she's in a wheelchair, so she can't reach certain things at the top to prepare herself for meal. We come in as little as 1 hour a day to as much as 24 hours every single day we're there. And we come in, we help, we leave, we document it.
What inspired you to get into the business?
So,
was it you saw someone doing it and you said, okay, this is something I'm interested in, I'm passionate in, or was it something you always wanted to do? Because like you said, you always wanted to start a business.
Of course. So I did always want to start a business.
Yep.
In fact, that's since I was very young. I always knew that because my dad was a businessman, and my dad started numerous businesses. So I just knew that this is what I'm going to do as well. Anyways, I was working in recruitment at the time, and my dad introduced me to one of his friends. Then, man, I've met so many of my dad's friends, but you just call them uncle and you call it a day. But this guy, there was just something about him. He's very humble. He's very came across very well. And I asked him, I was like, Uncle, what do you do if you don't mind me asking? So he told me about the business, and as he was explaining it, I was like, oh, it's funny because this is kind of what I'm doing in recruitment, except it's a different industry. Because he's the director of the company. He's recruiting care workers and healthcare assistants to do the work of going into people's homes and XYZ. So I said, Uncle, I'm doing the same thing. I'd love to come down to your office and see it in action. So I went down to his office in Slough, and I was just blown away. I loved the structure of the business. I love how, you know, although they were recruiting in an industry that it felt good. It felt good. You know, you're helping people and you're making money.
How do you start the foundation of it in terms of the payment, the financial aspects?
I kept going back to my dad's friend / uncle's office, and I kept picking his brain. I kept coming back to him with ideas that, I want to do mine. You know, our slogan is we're the most advanced in Hertfordshire, because I kept